The Catholic Primate of All Ireland, Cardinal Sean Brady, has again apologised to the victims of child sexual abuse by clerics. Speaking at Easter Sunday Mass in Armagh, the Cardinal promised that proper reparation would be made for the harm that had been caused. Dr. Brady also pledged to cooperate fully with the forthcoming apostolic visitation to Ireland announced by the Pope and to implement all its recommendations.
Delivering his Easter homily in Armagh, Cardinal Sean Brady addressed what he called the evil deeds of priests and religious who'd exploited their positions. And he had this message for those who said that nothing had changed in the Catholic Church.
I promised you it has changed, and changed radically. There is now no hiding place for abusers in the Church, for our policy is to do whatever is necessary to protect the vulnerable and ensure justice for all.
At the Pro-Cathedral, the Archbishop of Dublin, Dermot Martin, was confronted by people protesting about child sex abuse. Mass was briefly interrupted when protesters tried to place some children's shoes on the altar. Speaking at Easter services in St Patrick's Cathedral, the Church of Ireland Primate, Dr Alan Harper, said the horrific extent of decades of child abuse hangs over the whole island like a heavy cloud. In his own Easter address at St Peter's Square, the Pope made no direct reference to the abuse scandals, but he said humanity needs to emerge from a profound crisis, one which requires deep change, beginning with consciences. Addressing the Pope at the start of the ceremony, a leading cardinal, Cardinal Sedano, said the Church would not be influenced by what he called the petty gossip of the moment. Meanwhile, in a newspaper interview, the Pope's personal preacher, Father Raniera Cantamelessa, apologised for comparing criticism of the Catholic Church over child abuse to the collective violence suffered by the Jews. Helen Donoghue, RTE News.
Of silence, and where it is, we need to denounce it for what it is. It is an enemy of truth and an enemy of justice.
Wants to know what he thinks about Cardinal Brady. Cardinal Sean Brady was told in 1975 that a young boy was being abused at that particular point. He was given that man's name, that boy's address, where he lived, and yet that boy was abused for another year. His sister was abused for 7 years. His 4 first cousins were abused until 1988. Many years past the 1975 information that Cardinal Sean Brady, now Primate of All Ireland, was given that information.
What you're telling me helps us emphasize the fact that when we talk about an adequate response and we're talking about abuse happening, it cannot be a delayed response. The response to disclosure should be immediate and effective. And that is why the law was changed in 2010, because we are on a learning curve, giving the bishop authority to remove a priest as a precaution measure immediately.
Cardinal Sean Brady said in 2009 that he would resign if he thought that any failing on his part meant or led to any child being abused. He said he would resign. Should he not resign now?
I think that is a question you have to put to Cardinal Brady.
You are the chief prosecutor as such in terms of the canon law. Do you not have an opinion on this?
I have my opinion and I will keep it to myself.
This is about accountability? You spoke about accountability today?
And I think that what I've said about accountability is that the Holy See has a duty to bring bishops to accountability. Is something that needs to be done and needs to be effected, but this is where I stop with my comments on an individual case.
Victims say the key is to get individuals, to get bishops, to get the Church to acknowledge its responsibility. You've heard that time and time again. Here's another case where a bishop, a cardinal, is not acknowledging his responsibility, his personal responsibility.
I repeat that this is something that should be put to Cardinal Brady directly. And I will talk to him because he's in town about what you've told me. I will bring your concerns to him because I think that that is a duty I have in charity.
Thank you. A solemn ceremony where Cardinal Brady makes his only public utterance of the week.
But you are a God of pardon, gracious and compassionate, slow to anger and rich in mercy.
Call for the arrest of Cardinal Sean Brady for the cover-up of the abuse of children, rape and murder and genocide of our children and our women. Call for the arrest of Cardinal Sean Brady. End the genocide of our children. I want the arrest of Cardinal Sean Brady. End the religious war in Ireland. Arrest Cardinal Sean Brady for the cover-up of the rape of children. We're calling for the arrest of Cardinal Sean Brady for allowing the rape of children in Ireland, the Father Brendan Smith case. Cover-up of the rape of children in Ireland must stop. Get your hands off me. Put your hands on me. Look at him. I will leave peacefully, but don't put your hands on me.
I'm asking you to leave. I'm asking you to leave. I'm asking you to leave peacefully.
I don't know who you are.
Well, there, you do know who I am.
I don't know who you are.
Yes, you do. I'm asking you to leave peacefully. And if you don't leave peacefully, I will use whatever force is necessary to remove you.
You're threatening me?
No.
You are threatening me.
I am telling you.
Hello.
Hello, can I speak to Phil Garland, please?
Oh, no, not at this number. He hasn't been here for a while, but I'm Andrew Fagan. Could I help you at all?
Yeah, I want to inquire from the figures from 2011, how many reports or allegations were made to the church regarding child abuse?
From 2011, we're still in the process of compiling those figures. Do you...
Well, up to, I think it was April and May last year, there was 145 allegations made.
Oh, I'm not sure that that's right. Who am I talking to?
John Ayres.
Oh, right. Yeah, John, I tell you, that's 100, what figure did you quote there?
145.
Yeah, that probably includes a figure for, you know, we're responsible for how we monitor priests of the diocese, okay?
Yeah.
The 145 would certainly include members of religious orders who did you know, duty here in the diocese. The numbers for diocesan priests are less than 100.
Right, okay. So you obviously haven't got any figures then for 2012?
We're actually in the process of compiling them. We generally run our figures from the end of March to the end of March, and we will be, in fact I was just at a meeting about them yesterday, we will be releasing those figures fairly shortly over the next couple of weeks. But I can tell you for sure that 147 figure is not accurate.
Well, I got that from the Irish Times last year.
Yeah, it's probably because it includes the religious orders, and the difficulty about that is we're not just 100% sure of those figures. So the figures that we can absolutely stand over are our own guys, the diocesan priests. So that's why we're going with those figures.
Right, and you don't have them figures?
I don't have them just to hand.
Right. Where is Mr. Phil Garland?
Phil left about 3 years ago. He's with the HSE.
He's still with the HSE, is he?
He is, yeah.
What capacity is he under there?
National Director for Child Care or something along those lines. That may not be his exact job title, but it's something along those lines.
Right, okay. And how will I be able to retrieve those figures when they're ready?
They'll be published. Yeah, they'll be in the Irish Times, I'm sure. Or listen, if you want to call me back in a few weeks' time and I have them available, I'll give them to you, no problem.
Right, okay. I'll call you back then near the end of May then.
Yeah.
Okay, Andrew, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Wow. Phil Garland, still in the HSE? I don't think so.